Listen to this radio station on the radio.com app. Discover and enjoy your favorite music, news, and talk radio from live stations across the country. Listen anywhere on all mobile and home devices with the radio.com app. Breaking down the culture and not giving an inch. Ben Shapiro on Lincoln's KFOR.
Welcome back. This is the Ben Shapiro Show. Joining us online is my friend Sam Sorbo. Sam studied biomedical engineering at Duke University before pursuing a career in modeling and in acting, and she is the best-selling author of the book Words for Warriors. Her new book is What It Means to Be an American. Words for Warriors. Sam, thanks so much for joining the show. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So, let's talk about the book. What is Words for Warriors about? What does it concern?
Well, it really is primarily concerned with this idea that the left has basically absconded with our language. They've hijacked our words, and they're using them against us. And I started with the word fascism and fascist, which somehow seems to be used for the right wing, and nothing can be farther from the truth. Fascism is a very left-wing ideology, and they started with that, but they've taken so many of our words now. And what they're doing is they're degrading our language to the point where our language becomes meaningless. So now racism or racist simply refers to a white person, typically a white male. But you can be racist if you're a white girl, but if you're if your skin has any level of melanin, then you can't be a racist. And unless you have a rightist ideology, in which case you're definitely a racist. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the problem that we have is, when they succeed in taking the language away, our language is the last vestige before we resort to violence. And that's simply the truth. The left loves violence, and that's the plan.
So, it's pretty obvious that the left has, in fact, so much to talk about. They've emptied the content of words. They've semantically overloaded words. They'll create phrases that can mean a variety of different things. And then they will use that as a club. So the phrase Black Lives Matter comes to mind, which can mean several different things, one of which is perfectly inarguable, which is that Black lives actually matter. And then the second of which is that America is an essentially racist institution in which black people are consistently degraded and dehumanized, which of course is not true. And if you say, okay, well, I believe that Black Lives Matter, but I don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement, then they will say that you are a racist. The purpose of this, obviously, is to play with language so that you're always in the wrong. And as you say, it's true that this is the prelude to violence. Do they know that it's the prelude to violence, or do you think that they are really just having so much fun using the power of language to cudgel their political opposition into silence that they don't think it'll ever rise